Well, the best thing about the Canadian healthcare system is that you don't have to worry about when you have to go see a doctor that you have to pay up front. So it's the initial fees to see a doctor, you don't have to pay anything for it.
The fact that it's universally accessible to all Canadians.
That it's open to all Canadians, that it's not privatized, that you can, no matter, regardless of age or ethnicity or any determinants, you have healthcare no matter where you live in Canada.
Number one, it's free, so everyone has access to healthcare and things like that. But one issue that I do find a problem with our healthcare is the lack of doctors available. I think that's one issue that our healthcare lacks.
The fact that there's accessibility, you have a freedom of choice of who your physicians actually are. You can choose, depending on whether or not they are available, and you can get a second opinion, and most things are actually covered by OHIP.
The overall healthcare system, yes, is excellent, but when it comes to emergency healthcare, when you have to show up to the hospital for emergency care, I feel that needs to be improved. The wait times are longer, especially for critical surgeries and transplants. I think it takes much longer.
Right. Why is that? Mostly because of the situation that we're in at the moment, where they're laying off a lot of nurses. There isn't a lot of help to be given, and the patients are suffering. So that's pretty much most of the issue I have with the healthcare system at this moment, being a nurse and seeing the state of the patients. So.
I would say that I am satisfied with it. I don't have to use it too often, fortunately. So, but when I do, I've always been able to get the care that I needed.
I think it could be better.
Yeah. How so?
I think it's just the time is the main issue. Just making things more efficient, running quicker, so you're not in the ER for like 6 hours with a broken bone, things like that.
I think that that's kind of the main problem, because it is available to everyone. Then there's that many more people who are hoping to get care and receive attention. Sometimes for less important things that they might not otherwise go get care for. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a good thing that they can do that, but it means that there's more people there and wait times become a problem. Mm-hmm. So.
Well, that's with the mental health. I find that's where the issues are. I have a son with special needs. He's high functioning autistic, but because he's on the higher end of the spectrum, there's very limited services available for him, and that there is very limited. And so the wait times to be able to get into those programs are fairly long.
Oh, that's long. That's long.
Really
no,
long.
That's like terrible. No,
Yeah.
That's like disgracing.
Yes.
I mean, I'm like 6-7 hours in the line, and I came like second.
Yeah, the line is way too long sometimes. So like some people actually have an emergency, and some people can't really pay attention to like their needs already. So it's way too long.
The American healthcare system is definitely something that, as a Canadian, we should feel proud about ours. They definitely have privatization does have its benefits, because you're able to get like elite care. I'm losing my voice completely.
If you have the money, you're pretty set in terms of healthcare.
Very little to nothing. But one thing that I've heard from people who lived in the States is that in private hospitals, since you are paying for it, they tend to be quicker and you get your treatment faster. That's one thing that's different.
And if you don't have complete coverage, I know he's told me of some cases where people, because they don't have coverage, they avoid seeing a doctor until they really get sick. Mm-hmm. And then it becomes very expensive to actually seek out the healthcare systems and the treatments.
I wouldn't change it across the board, just because then you won't be able to have people that can afford it as well. There's people that have different income levels, and people who make good income might be able to afford it, but people who don't, and there's lots of people in Canada that their income is below average or average, and I don't think they'll be able to afford it.
even though ours isn't the greatest, I'm pretty sure it's still better than American.
I don't think so. I think Canada's system, although maybe it has a few little problems, is overall better than the American system.
No.
You like it the way it is.
Well, like, I think it could be improved, but I don't think I would go for the American system though.
So I wouldn't want to go to an American system. Even if there are a few wait times, there still are options. There still are private clinics here that if you are willing to pay. I don't like that idea as far as equity of access. I'm not particularly pleased with that. But I do know that there are other options aside from OHIP covered procedures and organizations and hospitals. But no, I wouldn't want to switch to the American system.
Okay.